You know, all this regeneration along the waterfront means that I guess we're now face to face with the river that we turned our backs on for years. There used to be factories and coal quays here. This is a lot better though, isn't it? One man who regularly plies his trade on the lough and up the River Lagan, bringing the past alive for his passengers, is Derek Booker, skipper of the Lagan Boat Company's Joyce 2.
Well, it started about 5 years ago, a Lagan Boat Company, and I thought one day I was walking over the bridge and I just thought to myself, you know, it seems a shame all the work they've done on this river. The Lagan said they've done such a lovely job, there's no boats on it, you know, what's a river without boats? And I thought, well, I could do that, I could chug up and down there rightly every day, and took it from there. These three steam cranes, the last in Belfast Harbour of many that used to be here, over 100 years old, they all actually worked on the Titanic.
One way or another, the Titanic is always a talking point on Derek's tours.
Just on the last tour we were on there with a guy from England whose cousin was the first officer on the Titanic. His granny's first cousin. He left his details in the book there, you know. So every trip is different. You meet people from all over, people who worked on, our grandfathers worked on ships. And not, you know, it's not all just about Titanic. They built nearly 1,800 vessels. Many, many other famous vessels. Titanic's the catch, but it's not the history by any means. Some of them actually floated.
This isn't just a job for Derek. Belfast Lough and the Lagan have become his passion.
There's a multitude of wildlife. See salmon jumping up the weir quite rightly, trout up round here. We've seen otters occasionally here. I often see the seals come up here. The reed beds here planted by Lagan side are doing a very good job in the river. Phlagmites, they actually filter the water as the water goes through them. It filters out the chemicals and whatever toxins in the water. The air bubbles come up, part of the new aeration system that's just been laid in at the moment, which is vitally important in the river. It mixes the salt water and the fresh water together because it's a tidal river, puts oxygen in the water, and this has been really successful in bringing the fish back, particularly the salmon, which for 200 years hadn't been in the river. And over the last 7 years we're coming up in even greater numbers, over 9 species of fish. Passing onto the King's Bridge here, and it's a small claim to fame. Not a very nice looking bridge, but it's got the first reinforced concrete bridge ever to be built in Ireland, built in 1910. It did suffer a bit of damage. You see in the war, the Americans at a base on the west side here took some heavy artillery across it and cracked it and stuff a bit, but still quite a fine bridge when it's lit up at night. Southview Cottages here, some of the oldest cottages on the River Lagan, nearly 200 years old. The end one, the toll cottage from Downpatrick to Belfast at one time, and used to cross the river from the east here on low tide at a causeway. They'd pay their toll at the end cottage and go up the little hill, Horsey Hill, down into Belfast.
Horses were actually an everyday sight along the Lagan for years, in the days when barges plied their trade along here.
Cormac Lough, the first lough in the Lagan navigation, one of 26 loughs that ran from here to Lough. This is where the barges were to come through. Tug drawn up to there, horse drawn from here all the way up to Lough. Journey sometimes up to 10 days in them days, bringing all sorts of materials up, sand, gravel coming back down from Lough. Up to 100,000 tonnes a week going up and down this river at one time in flat bottom barges. I think the last one sailed up in about 1940 or so, and then they took the weir walls away in the 60s. The British Army knocked them down to make safe navigation.
The improvements to the river have brought lots of benefits, even a brand new event, a boat race between Queen's University and Trinity. Not quite Oxford and Cambridge yet, but who knows about future years. Trinity won the inaugural event, and I'll be back to see Queen's take the next one.
Lagan Boat Company?
Back at the boat company, Earl Walsh. He's home after years living away, convinced by his best mate, Derek Booker.
We'll hear from you soon. Thank you. It's almost impossible to be around the man when he's talking about boats and maritime things and not get involved and not have that rub off you. Frankly, when I came here to get involved in the boat company, I just saw it as, you know, a business opportunity for my twilight years and something that would be nice, a little dawdle up and down the river and whatever, you know. But I quickly became infected by his passion, and there's no other word to describe it, for all things maritime.
Someday soon, before rise up singing.
This is Errol's other life, one the boat company customers never even guess. In fact, for years he's travelled the world as a musician.
Ended up recording an album down in Dave Gilmour's boat, of Dave Gilmour of Pink Floyd fame. Met some fantastic musicians in London, all way above my level of ability, I have to add.
But who do you fool?
But yeah, I'd recorded an album in Nashville, which was quite an experience, a 7-day wonder. Ended up playing with guys from Steve Earle's band, and I was a bit awestruck by the whole deal, you know. But I was fairly satisfied with what came out of it. It was good. It was a good experience. I'd love to do it again. Music-wise, keep my hand, and I go off to Norway once a year and do sort of do little festivals on my own, you know, as an acoustic thing, which is fantastic. Last year I got lifted and laid as if I was Mick Jagger, private airplanes and helicopters. I said, in fact, said to the guy who arranged it all, I said, I feel like Mick Jagger, this is great. And he said, what, all old and wrinkly?